Many people who survived a toxic home as children are stuck now with victim mentality. There is a difference between being a victim and victimhood or victim complex. Victim complex, if we've developed it, can create powerful sense of stagnation, stuckness in our personal and professional lives, as well as it has powerful negative impact on the relationship that we develop throughout our lives. I'm a hypno practitioner who works with chronic stress, toxic stress, and its related symptoms such as anxiety, depression, burnout, and also how we cultivate meaningful connections with people around us and connection with ourselves. And I have found that clients post session, the issue gets resolved, but they also experience this added benefit, which is they stop blaming others for experiences in their lives. They let go of the victim mentality. Victim mentality can have significant negative effect on your energy levels and your mental health. This mentality actually takes away your power on a daily basis and drains your energy. Another thing it does, it forces you to misplace your energy and direct your focus towards misguided target instead of processing your emotions in a healthy way. You are involved with other people. What are they doing? What are they thinking? And how to blame them and what is wrong with them. And this leads to wasted time and energy. Every time you default into victim mentality, instead of tackling your pain, your stress in a productive way, and basically figuring out things that are important for your life and your relationships and your health. Let's consider this scenario how victim mentality can drain your energy battery throughout the day. Say you begin each day with 20 points of energy as a baseline. Now imagine for each instance you default into a victim mentality, throughout the day you lose 1 point. This unproductive pattern of behavior can ultimately result in a significant energy deficit. So you start with plus 20, you finish with minus 20 at the end of the day. Every time you resort to blaming others, feeling intentionally or unintentionally hurt, feeling sorry for yourself or trying to elicit pity from others, or feeling like a martyr, you are perpetuating a victim mentality or victim complex. And this state of mind can leave you feeling stuck and drained of energy. The end of the day, you end up in a negative territory in terms of energy. Now, victim mentality is something we practice every day unconsciously and we apply it to our life experience. And it becomes like a personality trait to behave out of the belief that people are out to hurt you, so you have to protect yourself. Who is at risk of developing the victim complex? The victim mindset is often the result of personal experiences of being a victim. If you survived a toxic, abusive, emotionally neglectful home as a child, it can leave lasting impact on your behavior and beliefs. And you may develop a personality trait that leads you to believe that people are out to hurt you. You must protect yourself at all times. And this creates expectations of a world that is unjust and full of people who have low morals and negative intentions towards you. Now, this creates high levels of stress in your system. The mentality itself, the mindset that the world is dangerous, is going to pump a lot of stress chemicals in your system on a daily basis. It's important to differentiate between having a victim mentality and actually being a victim. And when I work with my clients, this realization itself marks a great starting point for a mind shift. Look, a lot of my clients who survived a toxic home have learned to normalize abuse and excuse the caretaker who was neglectful, for example, because they had to do that in order to survive. There was no other way. But as adults, we continue to excuse abuse or neglect, and this becomes a form of neglect towards ourselves and the parts of us that were victimized. So instead of putting our focus internally and starting looking after those parts, we go outward with our victim mentality. And that takes our focus away from what is important, and it stops our personal growth and healing. When we were raised in a toxic environment, there was no fairness or justice or compassion for us as children who were surviving, who had to adapt to that caretaker. So you were a victim in the past. And now, when we keep engaging in the mental activity, in the um, in the victim mentality, we kind of keep ignoring what's happening on the inside. We keep using the judgment and excuse and um, kind of neglect those parts of us that need healing. The part of us that needs healing needs to be validated, acknowledged, and transformed. If our caregiver was neglectful and didn't validate our feelings, we often were anxious and about how they reacted to us and what to expect from them. So the caregiver was unpredictable or unsafe. So rejection may have become a norm. And now we expect rejection from the world, but at the same time, you might be seeking validation from others. And every time when we do not receive this validation, it can trigger feelings of victimization. And this is a very painful experience that we are forced to go through every day as adults who live with victim mentality. I have had personal experience with being a victim and holding a victim mentality for a long time. I've overcome it, and I also help clients overcome it. And I know it can be very tough to confront the emotional neglect, the abuse we have experienced in the past. But here's the thing: by ignoring it, making excuses for it, we only keep giving away our power on a daily basis when we engage with all those people that trigger the sense of victimization internally. Wouldn't it feel amazing to take that power back and use it for yourself, to explore maybe new opportunities, to build stronger relationships with yourself, with people you love, make new connection? And of course, I'm here to support you, to help you move forward if you choose to. And the last thing I want to mention, and I would like you to listen carefully for that, it's important to remember that our traumas and attachment styles do not define us. There are things that we've learned from our past experience. They're powerful beliefs and they might still live in us, but it's possible to grow and thrive powerfully beyond our victimhood. And you can always take a first step towards healing.